want you to remember this after the season. We got to win the first 3 steps. We got to get out of our breaks, all right? That's going to be the really thing that we're going to harp on the entire year. How quick can we get our breaks? So today, I thought we could have a little bit of fun, a little bit of competition, all right? So what we're going to do is, we got one team, we're going to kick the soccer ball. The other team, you got to defend your goal. Simple enough? Good.
Outside, right here.
Whoa, hold on.
Vamos, Ronnie.
All right, hey guys, all right, next competition right now. The goal of this is just to be explosive. All right, there we go. Yeah. Don't let him catch you. Team Yas for the win. Team Yas for the win. Team Yas for the win. All right, hey guys, we can get a couple of ground balls and some balls in there. That's gonna be all right.
Gamel le gusta estar en el suelo.
Know yourself, know your enemy, right? Like you definitely need to know your enemy.
This is the only sport where the defense has the ball. We can control a lot of things.
There's 30 teams right now that show up to spring training with one goal, to win.
Thank you so much.
Getting back to what we do.
Winning. I mean, that's why I came here.
We got to win. We got to play for a long time, deep into October.
Get it.
Every day is a brand new day, and every day is so important. It's a very hard game between the years. Coming off a season where they didn't win the World Series, and they're thinking, what were we lacking? What did we miss? Where could we have been better? With the hopes of being a complete team, having the 26 guys that you need, and going deep into the postseason and winning the entire thing. More than anything, to me, it's consistency. I think that's the biggest question.
I think everybody here wants to win, and they have the grit to be able to put the work in to do that.
Days start early down here, and guys have a checklist in their minds of what they have to do that day that they want to work on before the day is done, and then start over again the next day and getting ready for the regular season.
Working on everything.
It's a cat and mouse game. You're always punching and counter punching, you know, as a player to the league. That's how you put together a career.
Come on, boys.
your throwing hand behind your back. Work through the ball with one hand. Just work on fielding today. So just split us up into two groups, and we'll fire some balls at you guys.
Just ground balls.
Just ground balls. No throw.
The next 3 days will be no throw PFP.
I don't know that people really understand the detailed nature of what this is down here. These coaches, they are constantly juggling what each player has to be working on that day and what they want to be ramping up to. And there's a lot of coordinating that goes on with that. It's a very detailed job and a very challenging job, especially this time of year for those coaches. I love this staff that they've assembled here as well. And I think all those guys are such a tremendous addition to what was already here with the current coaches that are remaining. I'm excited to see how that all comes together and the chemistry that they provide.
So I'm from Oklahoma, so we have it's definitely experienced all 4 seasons, but it's very cold in the winter, and so anytime spring training starts to fire up, you know you're starting to get out of the cold, and super excited to be here. It's a beautiful complex, and yeah, grateful. Grew up in a family that watched baseball in the living room, and I can remember TBS and watching the Braves as a young kid. Just kind of grew into a decent ball player, and eventually went to college and so on. And yeah, just have always appreciated the game and how difficult it is. You can't impact the game physically anymore, right? So either through helping guys make good decisions or helping them make physical changes, that's your impact in the game anymore. So like, and it's almost like vicariously living through them in some ways. It's like, man, I wish I would have done this thing whenever I was a player. If I would have made this adjustment, what kind of a player would I have been?
They have a lot of experience, and they bring in some new ideas, some creative ideas, and I think that's what the game's about. The game keeps evolving.
The balls hit hard.
The longer you coach, the more you fall in love with that role and what it actually is, and the people that you impact.
That's incorrect.
You get satisfaction out of a guy that makes an adjustment and has some success. You live that with him.
Seeing the player have the light bulb moment and realizing that like what I'm actually trying to help them with, and it clicks for them in a drill that goes in a drill to a bullpen into a game, and you see them being free in the game with the little adjustment that we made. For me and them, it might be like a small adjustment that people might not even realize, but when they do that on the field, it makes them that much better, and then they say like that helped, or that was like the big turning point, or whatever it was. Like for me, that's an unbelievable feeling. It's unexplainable.
And equally, when they don't do as well, you're right there with them too, like in the suck, right? Like it stinks sometimes. It's a hard game.
As a coach, I bring a little bit more of an older brother vibe. I want to push them, but I want to support them. I'm going to be honest with them. I have their best interests at heart, but in the end, I want to see them have success.
If I can get a guy to be like mutual respect, have fun, know that I'm here for his career, to further his career to be the best he can, and not just say, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this, go get him. I feel like that for me as a coach gets the best results from guys. Like they actually trust and believe what I'm saying compared to me just saying like, you're gonna do this and that doesn't work very well.
Over time you build a big Rolodex of tools that you're able to use to help players and the staff.
I'm a relational coach, but also on the mound we need to be the aggressor. This is the only sport where the defense has the ball. We can control a lot of things. If you're in a 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 count, more often, you're gonna get your brains beat in.
There's an army of guys trying to create game plans to get you out. When they find a weakness, they really attack it.
It's kind of like know yourself, know your enemy, right? Like you definitely need to know your enemy. The feedback loop in the league is quicker than it's ever been. We have such an ability to match up guys to their strengths now that we want relievers to be strengths at all costs. For me, we want these guys to be great at what they're good at each and every night.
Teams mean so much to the communities that surround them, so you feel very fortunate to wear a Major League uniform, and to put on one that has the Braves logo on it, you feel even that much more fortunate.
We're going to represent the Braves brand and the Braves fans the best that we can. Try to win as many games as we can.
Stay in fair territory. Get on your knees when you see balls in flight, the easier it's going to be for us. Get to that back corner. There we go. Nice job, boys.
The most important thing for me was being part of a winning club, right? So there's history of winning here, there's pride in winning here, there's pride in making the playoffs. That was the number one thing. It's also super close to home. Braves country is a pretty vast area, you know, so there's a lot of Braves fans in Nashville, and I've already got a ton of friends and family that are very eager to get down there and ready to be a part of it. The whole premise of being good in this game is being able to make adjustments. If you can't find a way to make an adjustment, then you're not going to be around very long.
I think that's probably part of
Can you make the adjustment quicker than other people so that way you don't have as long of a downfall, and just little bits and pieces that you're always trying to fix, you're always trying to solve a new puzzle, and that's also part of like what I enjoy so much about it.
Do you still have fun out there?
Every time I go out there, it's always fun. The fun of it changes though, because it goes from wanting to just get out on the field to wanting to compete against the best in the world. It is still fun to get out there every day, but now it's like, all right, like I'm stacking up against the best of the best. Like, how do I stand? How do I find a way to beat the best pitcher in the world that day? And that's kind of the fun of it right now.
It's like 100% authentic. Woo! Wow. Ahora tenemos cambio. Sí. Somebody found a new toy. Hey, do me a favor. Throw fastball. Do you? How many more pitches you got? How many more, just out of curiosity? Oh yeah, I got you at 16 right now. The reason why I asked is that the last like 5 or 6, I want you to, with a runner at first base, a quick runner at first base, get your times a little better. Okay? The only way to do it is to practice it. What time are you going to get to the plate? What do you think? What do you think this time's going to be at the plate? You got to be quick to the plate. You got a guy that's going to run. One flat? No shot.
1-9. Nice. 1-8.
It's been 182.
Right down the middle.
What was it?
Big 7-7.
It wasn't 90. That's what we talked about on the way over here.
90%.
91.
Those were good. Thank you.
With this team, I think the number one place that you're looking at is the rotation, and who are the 5 guys who are going to break camp, or even 6 potentially, who break camp in the rotation for the Braves in 2026.
I think fastball command has a lot to do with it. Throwing multiple fastballs has a little bit to do with it. Multiple swing and miss pitches. And then I would say the ability to throw multiple different non-fastballs in hitters' counts, right? So 2-0, 2-1, being able to throw a slider consistently for a strike, right? And then we got to make it reliable with like command and location. So you being able to throw a curveball in a 2-0, 2-1 count, where the hitter's like dead red heater, and being able to do something slightly different.
Away, and I'm looking for a slider. Right. And if you throw a curveball and I go, oh.
Those are usually your starters. Multiple pitches, ability to throw them in multiple different counts. Yeah, I mean, if you face another lefty, maybe just go like a couple more inches and see what that feels like.
You know, the beautiful part about this game is that it takes all types, right? You got 6'7" lanky lefties, and you have smaller stature, stocky righties, and they both toe up the rubber, and they both can win major league games. The best way to measure success as a coach is probably to feel like each player is getting closer and closer to the best version of themselves.
I think you're always defining yourself, you know. You can get caught up in trying to prove to yourself all the time that you're the same version of yourself, but you can never be who you were in the past.
96
I think Spencer's greatest asset is his mind. A lot of people see the work ethic, right? He's in the weight room, he's doing all these things physically, but I think how he controls his mind and how he's such a deep thinker helps drive that work ethic.
It comes back to just knowing who you are and knowing what you're capable of, knowing what success is going to look like for you, and then what's going to stop me.
Now, sometimes your greatest strength can also be your greatest weakness, and you can say this about anybody, right? But I haven't seen that with Spencer. I think he has a really clear mind and clear path of what he's trying to do, and there's nothing gonna get in his way from achieving his goals. Lopi's a little more chill, a little more suave, right? I think that's his greatest asset. There's nothing too big or too small that's gonna rock him. I think it's what's made the transition from reliever to starter seamless.
97, gassed him up.
Whatever comes at him, it doesn't matter.
My mindset right now is try to be in shape like 2024.
I saw a little bit of it today in the last couple of days. Start to see like, oh, there's a 94 and 95. It's like, oh, it's special.
This is a champion team. If we stay healthy the whole year, so we probably make something special.
Yeah, Bryce. He's coming after you, but like, it's a movement, right? He's a visual guy.
And he struck him out. 94, and he got it.
He's always on top of you. He creates different angles with how he releases the ball. Like, so that's his strengths for sure. Holmesy, power, a little bit more zip behind the ball. From afar, I thought it was a good slider, and now it's probably one of the better sliders in the league. He's now like kind of well rounded out. Now can he make those pitches in those different counts, and you have a really good major league starter. Yeah, he's pretty good. What's allowed him to kind of be a two-pitch pitcher his entire career is his mentality, his unique slot.
I try to just get rid of waste. You know, anything that isn't valuable to me pitching. If it's cold outside, who cares? I have to pitch. If it's 140 degrees outside, who cares? I have to pitch. If you hand me a baseball that feels like crap, like I'm gonna throw it, the same reason I don't shake off on pitches. I've never thrown a pitch with doubt because I've never been like, oh, maybe I should have done this, or no. Just he calls fastball, I'm gonna throw this fastball to the best of my ability.
Sale he's the ultimate. I mean, he's one of the most impressive big leaguers I've ever been around. The way he works, the way he competes, the way he treats people.
When he's around the guys, he's kind of loose and pokes fun and like does all those such things, but when he crosses the white line, like it's a different animal. That's not somebody that you want to mess with.
I try to just kind of get rid of all the noise and just focus on what I have to do.
Struck him out. 10 strikeouts tonight for Sale. He's done it in back-to-back outings.
I've enjoyed Chris, and anytime you get to be around a Hall of Famer or a future Hall of Famer, you just don't know if you're ever going to get that opportunity again. So just trying to soak him up as much as possible.
I mean, I just don't think there's anything better than having a guy with 2 strikes and just absolutely blowing his doors off.
He struck him out. 1, 2, 3 innings. Swing and a miss.
Just absolutely destroy a guy right down the middle and just cook him. The feeling of having that juice when you have it on those days where you know the harder you throw, the more accurate it's going to be, and it's all synced up. It doesn't happen very often, but it's hard to beat.
You know, when everything's clicking, when every pitch is working, you know, you're throwing it where you want to. They're swinging when you're hoping they're swinging and missing, striking out. I guess the best way to put it is you're kind of floating.
You're just in flow state, you're in the moment. It feels effortless. You just kind of like ride that high.
You know, I think about Game 4 of the 23 NLDS constantly.
Chance of We Want Strider raining down right now. They want Strider, and they got him here tonight in Game 4.
Had everything available to me to help us win that game. I felt like all those things synced up for me.
Fastball at 100.
Only one of those pitches was below 99 miles an hour, Larry.
Nasty slider.
And that's strikeout number 6 for Spencer.
Everything synced up, and I still didn't get it done. I just have to get better. I just have to work harder. I just have to be better at baseball. That's an investment you can make.
There's 30 teams right now that show up to spring training with one goal. At every single camp, you can ask 1,000 questions. Every baseball player in every spring training camp, what's the whole point of this? And it's to win.
Finding a way to win.
Getting back to what we do.
Winning. I mean, that's why I came here.
This is a champion team.
Winning baseball
That's why we do what we do.
is to win. We got to win. We got to play for a long time, deep into October. I mean, it's the Atlanta Braves.
All 27 outs are the same, but for some reason, you know, those last 2 or 3 innings, that's really when it's crunch time and it seems like more things are in play then.
I got to go in there and compete as hard as I was last year, if not harder, so it never stops. It's not like anything's going to come easier now.
A lot of noise coming from Atlanta this year.